in high definition. This is Central Coast News right now.
Well, good Friday to you. Thanks for joining us here on Central Coast News as we close out this work week. It's March 29th. I'm Dave Alley.
And I'm Cassandra Jones. Time now for a quick check of your Central Coast forecast as you're getting ready to head out the door on this Friday morning. Happy Friday, making it to the weekend forecast. And once again, low clouds and patchy dense fog back in the forecast. Less than a quarter mile of visibility in some spots. Mostly cloudy to partly cloudy can be expected across the Central Coast, but we do have some changes in store for the weekend and also some light showers for Easter Sunday. We'll have all those details of what you can expect coming up in just a few minutes. Dave?
Okay, thanks, Cassie, for that. New this morning, Santa Barbara County firefighters responded to a small structure fire in Santa Maria. The fire happened at a single-story home on the 700 block of Miles Avenue in Santa Maria just before 6:15 p.m. Now, fire crews say the blaze was contained to the kitchen area, and they were able to knock that down in less than 15 minutes' time. No injuries were reported in that incident. Moving on to the world right now, tensions are ratcheting up in North Korea and along the Korean Peninsula. North Korea is saying that it has rockets on standby that are ready to, quote, settle accounts with the U.S. North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un reported that those rockets are in response to the U.S.'s decision to send B-2 bombers for military drills recently with South Korea. North Korea said the rockets will be used on U.S. military targets in the South Korea area and also other parts of the Pacific. Meantime, new this morning, a blast near the U.S. consulate in Peshawar, Pakistan has killed 6 people and wounded at least 11 more. Officials say a suicide bomber rode up on a motorcycle up to a security point near the consulate and then detonated 22 pounds of explosives that were attached to his body. Well, getting back here locally, happening today, the U.S. has more than 3.5 million disabled veterans, according to the Census Bureau, and thousands of those live right here on the Central Coast. Now, overnight, a mobile unit that serves disabled veterans rolled into town into the area, and it'll be here over the next couple of days. Patty Piper now joins us from San Luis with more on the services that this van offers up and where veterans can go if they need to use this mobile office. Hi, Patty.
Good morning, Dave. You're right. We're out here at the Veterans Memorial Building in San Luis Obispo, right off Grand. And behind me, you can see, is the Disabled American Veterans Mobile Service Office. And joining me this morning is Rafe Delabovi. He is with the Disabled American Veterans. Rafe, I'm going to have you come on in here. Good morning. Thanks for being out here so early. Now, I know that you aren't typically out here this early, but you will be here all day today, right?
Yes, we're going to be here from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. helping vets with their claims and appeals and answering their questions. We have paperwork. We can give them assistance with whatever, VA matters they have.
So, Rafe, you're working with people who are in a similar circumstance as yourself. You're also a disabled American vet.
Yes, I am. I'm an ex-Army Ranger, and I'm here with my cohort, Gabriel, who's an Iraqi war vet. And everyone that works for DAV is actually a wartime disabled veteran.
Okay, so you travel all over sort of the midsection of California. We are one of your stops. What's the thinking behind getting out on the road and going around to places where you could actually meet people in person?
Well, we're trying to help the disabled vets that have a difficult time getting into the federal building where we work in Los Angeles. So we service the 5-county area of LA. And the van's great because we get to actually go out to places.
Moving on out of more local news, it was quite the scene in downtown Santa Barbara yesterday morning. This is what it looked like there, as for more than 5 hours, police shut down portions of State and Mission Streets, and that's because they believed a burglar had barricaded himself inside the Far West gun supply store. The SWAT team eventually didn't find the suspect or anything else stolen, in fact, but they do know that someone broke into the store through the roof around 4 a.m. Yesterday, which triggered the alarm there.
So the possibility that a suspect inside would have access to weapons, ammunition, that certainly raised a concern for safety.
Nearby businesses were affected as SWAT and K-9 units entered each one to search for the suspect. The owner of the gun shop says he's grateful to both the police as well as his alarm. Well, the issue of gun control remains very much a hot-button issue for the nation, and the mayor of Santa Barbara is speaking out along with 30 other mayors from across the nation.
It's time for our leaders to act.
Demand action now. As a mayor,
As a mom,
as a dad.
And that was Mayor Helene Schneider that we saw at the top of that video there. That was a video she created with other mayors, as mentioned, from across the country for the Mayors Against Illegal Guns campaign, which supports background check legislation. Well, new this morning, thousands of patients at an Oklahoma dentist office, they are being urged to get tested for both HIV and hepatitis after public health officials found an oral surgeon there practicing with unsafe and unsanitary conditions. Now, officials say the surgeon worked on many patients who were infected with those viruses and simply used just bleach to clean the tools used in that facility. But bleach corroded the instruments, leaving them both rusty and peeling apart. Officials say that one patient has indeed tested positive for hepatitis C after receiving oral surgery. Okay, switching gears just a little bit. Did you know that you can find some of the best pizza in the entire world right here on the Central Coast? Arroyo Grande to be more exact. That's right, at Palo Mesa Pizza, which now has 2 stores in Arroyo Grande. They are among the best pizza makers on the entire globe. We're going to talk now with Michael Stevens. He is the owner of Palo Mesa Pizza. And Michael, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us here today.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Hey, well, we got you on here because you recently went to the International Pizza Expo in Las Vegas and came away with a pretty big award. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, well, every year we go and we try to compete amongst the best. So this year we went and we gave them what we give the Central Coast every day.
That's right. You apparently won first place in the Southwest region for your traditional pizza?
Correct. We used homemade Italian sausage and banana peppers and came in first place in the Western region of the United States and came in 5th in the world.
Yeah, that Southwest region includes, of course, California here, Nevada, Arizona, Oregon, and Washington. So we're talking about a lot of pizza, a lot of pizza restaurants. Also, you took 5th place in the entire world. Is that correct? 5th best pizza in all the world?
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, tell us, Michael, what goes into that pizza that won those big awards?
Well, we make our homemade Italian sausage, and we do our own dough. We make our own sauce. And we put banana peppers on after it's cooked. Comes out crispy, tasty. That's what we do.
Recently, now, how long have you been here on the Central Coast? I know you've been up on the Mesa for a few years.
Well, actually, my wife and I moved out here from Michigan in '06. Opened up the pizzeria on the Mesa in '07. So we've been making pizzas for the Central Coast since '07.
You know, anybody knows that there's so many pizza places anywhere. In the Central Coast is no exception. There's seemingly one on each corner. But what makes yours stand out especially?
You know, we try to put a lot of love into our stuff. I mean, we take pride in what we do. And I know everybody does that, but we definitely put a lot of effort. I mean, we make our own Italian sausage. We make our own meatballs. We you know, it's just fresh ingredients.
Indeed, and you guys have been doing a great job here on the Central Coast, like you said, for many years. Did a great job at that International Pizza Expo. I'm hoping maybe to sample some of that pizza a little bit later on after the show, because it will be lunchtime at about 7 o'clock here, our time. But again, that's Michael Stevens from Palo Mesa Pizza in Arroyo Grande. We appreciate his time there this morning. Okay, moving on now. We're going to take a quick break here on your Central Coast News. When we come right back, we're going to have Officer Chris Fisher from the CHP. He'll give us a current traffic update. Plus, Cassandra Jones will be back as well with your Friday morning forecast. Stay with us. We're coming right back.